Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my day.
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. After the interception, here's Stafford. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now third and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
Third and 2, Stafford. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They run with Breida. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here's Stafford now on second down. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Everyone's got 4 down.
This is Breida. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Hey. 4 down.
To throw on second down is Stafford. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1 yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. And Stafford's going to take it himself. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. It's their quarterback, scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Gould able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Gould now out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
20. Delta. 5 down, 5 down.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. And he is going to be wrapped up and slung to the turf.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. A second down throw for Bridgewater. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
They'll toss it to Breida. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. On second down, here's Stafford. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
4 down. Check, check.
Stafford on third down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
Like 7. Go down. Set, lady. No. Me.
They go play action here on first down. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Justin Jackson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect. And this remains a 13-0 game. Gold now out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice enough?
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He's going to fight a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Set, 180.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for the Niners. 57 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. As his guys are in for 6, and the 49ers add on to their lead.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Gold now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory. But that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's a backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now a toss play. It's Breida. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, He's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Gone!
They'll look to throw here. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
He'll look to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
There was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no. They went to him on first down, second down, third down, all three incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Set! Waiting! Hey, give me radar. Zebra! Hey! 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Not today, you
To throw on second down. Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Hey, 22!
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He's going to go. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. On the crossing route, complete. That's Thomas. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Hey, go here! Hey, defense, let's go! Check, motion.
A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. Oh, good footwork on the spin. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Alert! Check, 93's the mic, 93's the Zebra!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford throwing right, and that's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Set. You waiting? Hey, go here. Motion.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Deep ball for Goodwin. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
He'll come out throwing here on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back to throw. And Josh Hill has it. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They'll throw now on the final play. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Reed. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. So we have come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the 2nd half of Week 17 is underway. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's Breida. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On 1st and 10, Stafford. That's going to be caught. the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gold now out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The tight end, Josh Hill, was the target. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, spinning away. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now a 1st down throw, Stafford. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. In for the score. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Gold now out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
He wasn't ready. Tight end left, tight end left. 4 down, 4 down. Alert.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now it's Breida. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. He's going to wind up and air it out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
All right, now, look at 56. Look it.
They'll set up to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
Ready? Lady.
They'll begin the drive with Breida. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They run again with Breida. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line.
And now here's another interception. Picked off around the 37. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's.
And my goodness, another interception. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Stafford under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now it's Stafford. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 81 yards. And the 49ers continue to roll.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
11. You ready? You waiting?
Now they'll run it on the toss. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. But that was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Set. The lady. 93 is the mic. Here we go.
On second down, here's Stafford. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Gold now out to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Over the middle, complete. That's Blair. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Patriot!
Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Watch it now, Barney! All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Blair. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Patriot!
He'll look to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And they'll run it here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing is Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Right back to him on first down. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now Stafford. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So a pretty big third down mistake right there.
No doubt about it, and everyone's going to be upset. But they have to get out of this now and go ahead and play. They could have someone come at them in a big way on the next down.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
There's several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what are you, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. The critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Space to run past the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe so.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
No, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that would be considered a fumble.
They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch left. He's tied right there.
And they'll go on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Let's get it.
Now a handoff looking right. What a spin.